I am so super excited about today. Welcome to the Little Oil Podcast. I am your host, Angela Tezano. We are going all in today on why women of faith must be content creators. You need to do this. If you have been thinking about it, if you have been putting it off, if you think it's just not possible for you, I'm going to dispel all those myths and all those obstacles and all of those mindsets, thoughts that keep us out of our calling. We're going to address those today. And I'm so super excited to share this time with my sisters. Welcome to the Little Oil Podcast. So why a little oil? So if you are new to the podcast, there is a passage of scripture in Second Kings, and it talks about the woman who was totally in debt because her husband passed away. And she had one option, and that is to sell her sons into slavery, use the money to get out of debt, take the money, settle the debt, but she lose her sons. And surely that cannot be the only way. And haven't you been in a situation where you had very little options and you just didn't know what to do? There is a plan. There is a way. And the way out is not some detrimental thing that you never wanted to see happen in your life. There is a path, and all it takes is just a little oil. And that is what we're going to talk about today. So welcome, 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 all my friends. Welcome, Dr. Lee, from the Good Doctor's Perspective. If you have not checked out her channel, you need to do it very soon because she is an amazing physician who has a heart to help people not only live, but live well. Check out her post, her YouTube post on the difference between health and wellness. You're gonna love it. It just puts you in the right mindset to live a very long time. And Dr. Lee, just want you to know I'm depending on you. My life goal number is 100. I'm 51. So we have 49 more years to go. All right, so I'm so excited to have Dr. Lee here. Welcome if you are on the live. Welcome if you are on the replay. Today is all about why you must become a content creator. At this point, it's not even really an option. And I'm not trying to trap you into something that you don't want to do. I'm literally giving you the permission to take what God has given you and monetize it into your wealth builder. So I'm going to give you 3 things that you can look forward to make this happen in your life. You are a content creator with a purpose opportunity to build your legacy wealth through a career in a business. And I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to share and tell you why today. But the first thing I got to do is slow down because y'all know when I get excited, I start talking fast. Okay. And I don't want to talk fast today. I want to go all in with everything that God has given me to give you. So welcome, welcome, and welcome. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the session. I call it a session because even though this is a podcast, today we're going to really deep dive and I'm going to give you steps. That's why I'm calling it a session. We can call it a coaching session, a mentoring session, a get right with Angela Tezano session. We can call it whatever you want to call it as long as you take it all in and see the possibility for you. Sis, boss lady, girlfriend, woman of faith, you are a content creator to your very core. Whether you have started, just started, or all in, we're going to talk about some reasons why you need to just stick with it, own your ability. Those are gifts and talents in your life. Own them and share them with the world. All right. So what is today's topic of today's episode? Why women of faith should be content creators. Excuse me. Why women of faith should be content creators. And I want to get into it and I want to talk about 3 different reasons why. Now, whenever you hear these reasons, whatever information you receive today in your heart, you are in one or two places. Either you have not started and you've been putting it off because did not see the possibility, or you've started and you have doubts and you have moments where you feel like this is not just for you. I had a client yesterday and we were going through her speaker package. The session wants to create her speaker package because she's starting to get some speaker opportunities. And so I coached her on everything, the 5 parts of a speaker package. I helped her create her price list. I helped her create her media kit. I helped her create her form, her initial request form. I helped her create her presentation. Bottom line is this. We were almost through the entire session, and then she was like, Coach, I just don't know if I can do it. Okay, let's go ahead and get this straight. I am no better than you. I'm not stronger than you. I'm not more powerful than you. And I have the same struggles as you. I too sometimes have moments where I'm just doubtful and like, why am I doing this? Who really want to hear from this girl? Like, I used to be a teacher. When I left the classroom, I left in all boldness. When I left the classroom, I left like, oh yeah, I still got this. Yeah, we're doing this. But that's not how all my days look. Some days I'm like, why am I doing this again? Or is this really working? Or who is listening to me? Well, you are either at the point of, I don't know if I want to start yet, and you're holding off because you don't know if it's possible, or you're described just like what I just shared. The moments where you started, but you really just don't know if it's working. Okay, this is for you today because there are 3 reasons why you should be a content creator and 3 reasons why you just cannot stop now. And I want to get into it. All right, so welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so super excited you are here. Let's go ahead. Reason number 1. Okay, so I want you to consider the trifecta. Hello. Hi there. Ellie, and I hope I am saying your name right. It's either Ellie or Elle. Let me know in the comments because I don't want to disrespect your name. I want to put some respect on your name, sis. I'm super excited you are here. We're getting into why you need to be a content creator. And there are 3 reasons that I want to share with you today, not to convince you, but just to remind you that there is let me just get into it. Let me just get into it because I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm so glad you are here. Number 1, I want you to consider the trifecta. So there are 3 P's that are the origin of business. It's L like the letter L. Okay, L. Boss lady, L is in the house. So excited you are here. As a matter of fact, I brought my Kleenex out with me today because we just might need it. Because sis, we're about to get into it. We're about to get into it. We're about to take this creator thing. We're about to run with it. And guess what? We're not stopping. We're going all the way. We are going to become multi-million-dollar creators together because that's what I'm created to do. All right. So 3 reasons why you need to be a content creator. Number 1, I want you to consider the trifecta. I call it the trifecta because it's a trifecta for me. It might be a trifecta for you. You can decide in just a bit when I lay them out for you. So there are 3 P's to becoming a content creator or starting a creator business. I call it the 3 P's of the creator business. You're either a creator because it is your purpose, or you are a creator because you have a passion around something, and or you are creator because you just see a profit opportunity in the market and you're jumping on it. So I'm going to break down each one and you decide where you fit. All right. So purpose. Purpose is literally defined as who you are and why you are here. So you can be a content creator or become a content creator because it truly defines who you are and why you are here. It's your God-given purpose. And you're going to take that purpose and you're going to monetize it. And so in my Cura Circle community, that's all we do. We talk about how to monetize your creative business, how to start, build, and profit online. And we do it in such a synergistic way. As Dr. Lee, she'll tell you, we do it together. I'm never going to stop creating ways for you to succeed in life and in business. Why? Because it's my purpose. Okay? So 1P of becoming a creator is because it is your purpose. It's what you were designed and created to do in the earth. All right? And remember, your purpose is who you are and why you are here. Now, I want to break that down just a little bit, because even though I talk about purpose and I say it's who you are and why you are here, most people still don't grasp, okay, Angela, what does that really mean? You say who you are and why you are here. Okay, so who you are can be broken down into a couple of things. So I want you to think about, okay, who am I, Angela? If you're saying that my creator business can be based on the first P, and that's purpose, and you're saying that it's who you are and why you are here, then what does that mean? What is who am I and why I am here? How do I know what that is? Okay, I'm going to break that down real quick. Who you are can be comprised of several things. Number one, the meaning of your name. The meaning of your name has everything to do with who you are, and I can so prove it. Okay, remember in the scripture when Abram had a mandate from God and he said, you're going to be the father of many nations? Okay, Abraham means father of many nations, not Abram. So he changed his name to Abraham so his name can become who he is. So every time Sarah was addressing her guy, she was like, she couldn't call him Abram no more, because Abram didn't mean father of many nations. Abraham meant father of many nations. So she was like, Abraham, you ready to eat? Abraham, you want to go on the date? Abraham, you want to go check on the chickens? Right. So every time she called his name, she really was depicting who he is. But here's the kicker. Here's how I know what I'm saying is true. She was calling him Abraham way before he had his first kid. So your meaning of your name has to have something to do with who you are, or God wouldn't have changed his name. Okay, so how does this look in real time? How does this look in my life? Well, my name is Angela. It means messenger, bringer of truth. I mean, come on. Y'all, if that's not who I am, I'm not sure who this girl is. Messenger, bringer of truth. My name couldn't have been anything else. It had to be Angela, right? It's a part of my purpose. All right, so the meaning of your name, if you don't know it, look it up. And if you want to look it up quick, go on your phone, look it up, add it in the comments. I want to know what your name is and what it means. And I want you to decide if it could possibly have anything to do with your purpose. Okay, that's just one way. All right. The meaning of your name is just one way to determine your purpose, who you are and why you are here. Another way is to look at your abilities. Okay. Now, abilities are comprised. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be right back with you. I gotta say something to Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee's name means butterfly. It makes so much sense to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, it makes so much sense to me. I just want to. Hey, it makes so much sense to me, Dr. Lee. Of course, your name means butterfly. We'll get into it, and we got to have a conversation about this. All right. So, purpose. All right. We already talked about the meaning of your name. It has everything to do with your purpose and what God wants you to do. What God wants you to do can oftentimes be directly connected to what your name means, but it's not the only way. It's not the only way to determine who you are and why you are here. In addition to the meaning of your name, you also have your abilities. Now, abilities can be broken down into two sections, okay? You have your gifts and you have your talents. All right. So a gift is an ability, but a talent is an ability too. So a gift is like a present on Christmas morning, ready to be unwrapped and used. You don't need to do anything. Nobody needs to teach you. It's just what you know how to do. If you could connect with people, but you didn't go to training school for that, that's a gift. You just know how to do it. If you were singing like me, I have had a mic in my hand since I was a child. I didn't have to go to music school. I open my mouth and it comes out. It is the power of God in my vocal cords. Y'all, it's a gift. I don't have to learn how to do it. Okay? All right, so a gift is something you know how to do that nobody ever taught you how to do. You just know how to do it. It is a gift from God. It's an ability that you know how to do, has everything to do with your purpose. In other words, I wake up like this without coffee. I haven't had any coffee this morning, but my gift though, in the scripture, it lays out the gifts that God gives to his people. And one of those gifts is the gift of exhortation. Exhortation is just a big word for motivation. I don't have to try to motivate others. I don't have to try, and I don't say this arrogantly at all. I say it with so much humility because I know it's a gift from God. I am looking for ways to motivate and inspire and empower women. It's a part of who I am. It's an ability that I have that I didn't give myself, right? I could be talking to the lady at the Kroger by the grapes, and I'm looking for a way to motivate her because I could tell she's down today. All right, and if she's willing to have a conversation with me, if she's willing to receive it, I'm right there for it. And I don't have to drum it up. It just comes out of me. All right? Like Dr. Lee, who's on the live right now, she's a physician, but guess what her gift is? It's the gift of helps. What better gift do you need than the gift of helps if you're a doctor? So, okay. All right, focus. All right, so a gift is an ability. Another ability is a talent. A talent is something that you do very well, but you learned how to do it. Like, for instance, I was a teacher for more than 18 years, but I had to go to school to be trained to do that. It became a skill. So much so, my last year teaching, I think it was my last year teaching, or maybe the year before that. No, my last year teaching, I was runner-up teacher of the year. And so I became pretty good at it. I wasn't born knowing how to do it. I learned how to do it over time. So the meaning of your name and any abilities you have, abilities like gifts and talents, they are all comprise who you are. All right. So purpose is who you are and why you are here. The who you are, once you get that, okay, I know that my gift is blank. I know that my name means blank. I know that I have skills that are blank. That has to have something to do with who I am. It does. But then why you are here is the other part of that purpose. And why you are here is to put who you are into practice in the earth to do something good for others. Like, why am I here? To put Angela, messenger, bringer of the truth, who is a natural motivator, put that into practice. And what I do as your mentor, as your guide, is I help you package it and put a nice little bow on it so you can become wealthy. That's what we're here for. And I'm going to in a bit. So the trifecta is either for a purpose. All right. You need to become a creator, a content creator who owns a creator business. Number one, because it's probably a part of your purpose. Now, if it's not a part of your purpose, doesn't mean you can't be a content creator. The second P is maybe you're becoming a creator based on a passion. Maybe you just want to save the whales. Maybe you just want to stop global warming. Is that even is a thing? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. Okay, moving on. All right. Maybe you want to just totally cut out the demise and the mistreatment of girls in other countries. Maybe you want to build wells where people can have clean drinking water. Whatever you're passionate about, you can package that, put a nice little bow on it, and monetize it for legacy wealth. All right. So that's P number 2. P number 1 is what? It's my purpose, Angela. And I know I'm supposed to have this business because it's my purpose. What's P number 2? Because I have a passion around something, and we're going to package that passion of yours. All right. And the third P, the third reason you might want to be in business, or you should be in business rather, is there's a profit opportunity in the market. It may not have anything to do with your purpose. You might not even have a passion about it, but you see people making money with it. And you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. In other words, let's say, for instance, you bake pies because your grandmother taught you how to bake them. And you make the best pie in your entire state. Let's go further than that. You make the best pie in the world. Let's go there. All right. And you just noticed that sweet potatoes is a commodity that went up in the market. And you're like, sweet potatoes are making a lot of money. I can make pies. There's a profit opportunity here. So you're just putting your pie expertise into practice and you're making money on it. Okay, so you see where I'm going with this? And here's the thing about the pies. I just want to interject this here. And I'm talking fast. Somebody needs to tell me to slow down because, do I need to slow down? Okay, somebody needs to tell me if I need to slow down. I'm so willing to take advice. All right. Let's say, for instance, and I talked about this before in my other videos, I talk about being the filling. Let's say, for instance, with those pies, you really and truly understand how to make the best pie filling, but your crust not all that great. That's all right. Make the best pie and be the filling of the pie. And metaphorically speaking, be the filling. Do what you do best. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing because somebody in the world already have a good crust. They just need the filling part. Be the filling. Be the filling. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Lee. Slow down, boss lady. Okay, I'm slowing down. I'm slowing down because I'm excited. Keep reminding me, Dr. Lee. Keep reminding me. Okay, so taking it slower. Breathe there. Okay. Taking it slower, you have 3 P's. I call them the 3 P's of business that you can choose from to start your creator business. So now you don't have any reason why you cannot start, and you certainly don't have any reason why you can't keep going. And those are either it's because of your purpose, or because you have a passion, or there's a profit opportunity in the market. Now, in some cases, you have the trifecta, which is what I have. So it is my purpose to do what I'm doing today. I do, and that is inspire and empower and motivate others. It is my purpose. And I'm super passionate about business. Can y'all tell? Dr. Lee had to slow me down today. I'm so passionate about business. Some of the books behind me, I have read so many business books. I can safely consider myself as an expert these days, right? I self-taught myself how to be a business owner. I self-taught myself how to grow my knowledge and expertise into 6 figures. I was just a teacher. If I can just be a teacher turned business owner and make it work, you can too. If I can do it, you can do it. Education taught me nothing about business. As a matter of fact, education taught me how to fail at business. And here's why. Education, I never had to convince my students to show up. They were required by law to show up to my classroom. And even if I wasn't having a great day, they were still required to show up. Like, I had to do nothing but just show up. And I came to an audience of 20 to 25 every day. And all I had to do was just show up. That's not how it is in business. In business, you have to have value. You have to show somebody that you are valuable. And then you have to show them you are valuable enough to take out their wallet and give you their money. Education, they just showed up because the law said they showed up. And if you didn't show up, you were going to jail. I'm just saying. So I had to shift and pivot from an education mindset to a business owner mindset. If I can do it, you can do it. Another thing education taught me that was opposite of business. Education taught me that everybody was just going to love my product. But that's not how it is in business. You have to show somebody that you can help them either solve a problem or achieve a goal, or get them to their happy place. You have to prove that you can do that, right? In education, they didn't decide who was coming to my classroom. They gave me a list, usually the behavior disorder students, because I didn't have behavior problems in my classroom. Because in my classroom, we were all valuable. I treated my students like they were valuable, and I provided what they need potential because I saw what they were capable of. I brought that skill over to being a business owner. I know what you're capable of. I see your potential. I know what God can do. Yes, Dr. Lee, like our skill set, Unless you went to business school or were born in a business family, you have to learn to become a business. Now, you can take your knowledge and bring your knowledge from your skill set over into business, but you got to learn business. And that's why I created Cura Circle, because I want to create a space where women of faith can have a safe space to learn how to build, and grow wealth online. Like, I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. And so that's what we do. I teach you everything you need to know, from just starting to putting your offers together in what I call a LOC, L-O-C. That stands for Leveled Offer Channel. You know, every teacher loves a good acronym. And that's how I teach. And so LOC stands for Leveled Offer Channel. And we'll get into that more and more along the way. But inside of the Cura Circle, I teach you how to take your skill set knowledge, your expertise from your training or your degree or just life lessons, and package it for someone who needs what you have to offer. All right? So the trifecta is my purpose. I have a passion about business, and there's a profit opportunity in the market. Why? Because online education is a billion-dollar industry. Like, people are making millions, and why shouldn't we? Which leads me to my next point. Reason number 2, you need to be a creator. And that is, that's number 3. Hold on a second. Number 2, and that is your legacy wealth. Okay, so I got to break this down. And I promise you, Dr. Lee, I'm going to go real slow on this part, because this right here was why I was going so fast, because this is what I'm trying to get to. If you weren't listening, now it's time to tune in. And if you're taking notes, get your pen ready, because your legacy wealth depends on you having a successful online business. Your legacy wealth depends on you using your knowledge, that knowledge of yours, and turning it into wealth. And here's what I mean by that. I was never getting ready to be wealthy as a teacher. Being a teacher was not getting ready to afford me my legacy wealth. It gave me the lifestyle that I needed, not that I wanted. It gave me the lifestyle I needed. Like, it gave me where I wanted to live and what I wanted to drive. It gave me that. It gave me food, gas, water, clothes, makeup. It gave me those things. But teachers don't make enough to have the lifestyle you want. Like, it's just not that kind of industry. So I was never getting ready to be rich as a content creator. And I found out, or figured out too late in my career, how to turn my income into wealth. Because I've made so many financial mistakes, it's not even funny. That's a lesson for another day. But if you're smart and you listen to this in your 20s, if you want to stick to your skill set career, start saving now. So by the time you get to retirement age, you have that compound interest over time. I wasn't smart enough to do that. Nobody taught me that. And I wasn't disciplined enough even when I found out. So when I left education, I left education 3 times, almost 4. So when I left education, I had to make a serious decision. Here's why. Because when I moved to Georgia, I started my retirement all over again from scratch. And I was only 4 years into teaching when I moved here, even though I taught many years in Louisiana, where I'm from. And so by the time I moved here, when I taught those 4 years in, I'm thinking, okay, I have to be 10 years vested to start receiving retirement. So I go on the teacher retirement calculator and see what my salary would be at 10 years vested. And so it was $1,800. So I'm like, what am I going to do with $1,800? Like, what am I going to do with that? So I have to ask myself, do I want to invest 6 more years? Because remember, I have to be vested for 10 years. And I was 4 years in. Do I want to invest 6 system that's only going to give me $1,800 back? And I'm like, no, no, no. Like my 62-year-old self said, girl, you crazy. And here's why. And I don't say this arrogantly. I say it as humbly as I know how. I knew too much. I knew too much to just accept the little bit. God, I thank you. I knew too much. All I needed to do was be brave and bold enough to step out. I had been in business for a long time. I started my business 7 years into education. I was on my third book by the time I decided to leave. You just got to know that you can do it. You got to be willing to take a step of faith. And I am by no means telling anybody to quit your job. Do not quit your job. Don't do that. Okay? Keep your income flowing until you build up this creative business I'm going to teach you how to build. All right? But I knew enough. I knew too much not to go for it. You know too much not to go for it. And I'm not talking about quitting your job and starting a creative business. Let's prove this concept first before you leave. As a matter of fact, I forbid you to do it. I forbid you to quit. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. Do what God told you to do. What I am saying is there's no need to struggle. And if you can leave, and I'll say this, if you can leave and the money thing is figured out, and you don't have to suffer financially to do. The point I'm making is this. By the time I had to make a decision to leave education, I had two choices. Either stick with what I knew, which is being a teacher. I was so good at it. Like runner-up teacher of the year, that's kind of proof, right? Stick with that and then make my $1,800 in 6 years and have that guarantee coming in no matter what. Or take the 6 years, build up my business to where I needed to be and build that legacy, what I'm telling you about. And what I did was I took the leap of faith. I did it. And it paid off. Bet on you, sis. Whether you're working a job, whether you're full-time, no matter where you are, you need to be a creator because I'm telling you, yes, your income is going to pay for your life, but what is paying for your legacy? Can I just say that one more time? Yes, your income might be paying for your life, but what's paying for your legacy? And if you don't have a legacy wealth builder, you need to create one, whether you want to keep your job or not, whether you want to keep your career or not. And here is how you're going to do it. Here's how you are going to create that legacy wealth. I'm never getting ready to tell anybody that they're going to become a content creator tomorrow and they're going to build wealth. I don't care who online telling you that. I don't care who said it. You need to follow your own path. Yes, that may be their testimony. Maybe they became an overnight sensation, but I'm not getting ready to tell anybody that it is going to happen overnight. What I will tell you is if you're willing to get out of the boat, if you're willing to take a chance, if you're willing to get out there, look, you got me. You got all of us inside of the Cura Circle. You're not by yourself. You're not by yourself, sis. If you're willing to take a chance, I can show you what I did. I can show you what works. I can show you what doesn't work. But you need to consider that even though your income is paying for your life, your income can't pay for your life and your legacy. I don't care how much money you make. It's not enough because legacy wealth is wealth that continues on. Come on here, somebody. Legacy wealth is wealth that continues on. Legacy wealth is not wealth that you just use to go buy a business because you feel like buying one tomorrow. Legacy wealth is the money that your great-great-great-great-grandchildren can depend on. What's funding that? And so here's how it works. Basically, you're going to take your knowledge, that expertise of yours, that knowledge of yours, because I know you got it. I know you're smart. I know you're smart. I know you got knowledge. You either have purpose knowledge, passion knowledge, or profit opportunity knowledge, but I know you got knowledge. Everybody knows something about something that somebody else doesn't know. I mean, give me 2 thumbs up, 3 thumbs up in the comments if you believe what I'm saying and if what I'm saying is true. Everybody knows something about something that somebody else needs. So you don't have to be a 100,000% expert. You just need to know something somebody else doesn't know. All right. So you're going to take that. Let's go back to our sweet potato pie analogy. Like you make the best pie, right? It's the best pie. Like everybody, if we having a church camp or a church picnic, everybody want to know how many pies you bringing. That's how you know. That's how you know you got a winner. All right. Don't worry about the crust. If they'll forgive the crust, But the feeling better be right, though. My point is this. Somebody needs your feeling. Come on here. Somebody need your feeling. Yes, Dr. Lee. I'm talking right. Somebody needs your feeling. So let's go ahead and dispel this mindset thinking that you don't have enough, you don't know enough, you're not enough. That's a lie from the pit of hell. You know enough, you are enough to get this done. And here's how we're going to build this legacy wealth. You're going to take just your little oil. That's why God gave me the name, The Little Oil Podcast, and the Little Oil Party that I'm going to invite you to in just a bit. You're going to take that little oil, that little bit that you have. When Prophet Elijah told the widow woman, or asked the widow woman rather, what do you have in your hand? What do you have in your house? She said, all I have is a little oil. He was like, good. It only take a little bit. Because let me tell you what happened. He said, go borrow some pots from your neighbors. Friend, she didn't have any pots. She had to borrow that. What I'm telling you is this. You don't have to have everything. You just have to have a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of the chapter of the book, a little bit of the recipe perfected, a little bit of the speech, a little bit of the mentoring that you do for children who don't have parents, a little bit of the followers that you have on social. I don't have 1 million followers, but I thank God for the impact that I'm making on the followers that I have. And let me tell you something right now, friends. If you are faithful over little, God will give you more. God will give you much. I want to talk to my 229 YouTube subscribers like I'm talking to 229,000. Because I don't need a stage, but a platform. A platform is what I need. So you're going to take that little knowledge of yours, whatever it is, and we're going to package it into your creator business. And whatever money you make from that creator business, you're going to take a portion of it. As a matter of fact, you're going to divide it into, I'm going to show you how to divide it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? This is what you're going to do once you become a creator for your legacy wealth. You got 100%, right? You're going to take 7%. You can do whatever you want with it. If you want to live off of it, live off of it. If you want whatever you want to do with it, do with it. But that 30% though, that act like it don't exist. Now this is your creator business money. When money start rolling in, I'm going to tell you how to start making money. I got you, sis. Take that 30%. You got 3 jars. 3 jars. You got a giving jar. It's better to give than to receive, okay? So I don't teach tithing. I don't teach what to do with their money. But I know this. I know that the scripture says it's better to give than to receive. So I'm not here to preach to you to give your money away to somebody that tell you if you put it in the basket, you're going to be a millionaire. Okay, can I just say this and not offend anybody? Stop treating the offering basket like the lottery. Okay, I'm so sorry. It had to be said. It had to be said. Okay, but give. That's one. Jar number 2 is save. Save it. Just save it. Put it there for your savings. Jar number 3, that's your investment money. And here's where your legacy wealth come in. Here is where it comes in. I want to talk slow. I'm going to talk slow. Here's where your legacy wealth money come in. That investment money, that 10% that you put into investment money, you're going to invest it into 3 areas. This is where wealthy people make money. All right? This is where wealthy people make money. Here we go. Stocks, a business, or real estate. Those 3. Stocks, a business, or real estate. You're going to take that 3rd jar and you're going to invest it into stocks, or invest into another business. Like you might buy a business that's already a multi-million-dollar business. Like, let me give you an example. Like Pepsi bought Quaker Oats. Like Pepsi bought Gatorade. They bought another lucrative business and added it to their portfolio. All right, so buy another business. It could be a franchise, however you want to do it. But a business, you need a business. You need to buy a business that's already running itself. You're just the CEO of your. What's the word I'm looking for? You are the CEO of your conglomerate. Okay. All right. And then the 3rd one is real estate. You need land. Why? was Abraham so wealthy? Because he owned a lot of land. Why do people go to war? Because they want the land. They want what's on the land. They want what's under the ground. They want what happens on top of it. Land is everything. That's what people fight for. Trust and believe. That's how we got here. Don't go into that, Angela. Don't do that. Okay. All right. So these are your 3 buckets. So you're going to take your creator business money and you're going to save some, you're going to give some, and you're going to invest some. What are your 3 buckets? All right, talk to me. What are your 3 buckets? Who know the answer? What are your 3 buckets? Put it in the comments if you think you know what they are. I only said it a couple of times. I will repeat it if nobody puts it in the comments. But let me see who's a good student today. All right. And those 3 buckets, those 3 jars, that's your legacy wealth. That's where you're making the money for your children's children. Why do I know that's true? I can prove everything what I'm saying today. Because remember the widow who had to sell her kids into her debt? And Prophet Elijah said, what do you have in your house? She said, all I have is just a little oil. He said, okay, borrow some pots from your neighbor and fill those pots up with oil. And I know what she was thinking. If she was a woman, she was thinking like, man, what you smoking? What's going on? You don't understand. And she probably wanted to argue him down to the ground, but she did what he said. The point is this. He said, once he got the oil into the jar, he said, now sell it. He literally became her business coach. Prophet Elijah was her business coach. And so she sold it. And the Bible says that as she began to sell the oil, the little oil she had, it started miraculously beginning to replenish itself. Y'all, the oil kept overflowing. And what I'm saying to you is this. There's an overflow that you are neglecting because you don't want to start with the little. Nothing wrong with the little. Start with the little. I have 229 subscribers. But I'm going to do everything that I can in my power and the power that God has given me to make sure that they succeed, because that's what I was created to do. That's my purpose. That's my passion. And it's a proper opportunity in the market. However, I want to take the little, and it's becoming much. What I'm saying, yes, Dr. Lee, stocks, real estate, business. You got it. You got it. Okay, I need to put it, hold on. I am going to type in the genius herself. The genius herself, Dr. Lee. All right. Yes, L, yes. Because here's the thing. L says, thank you for adding scripture to your message. Here's the thing. Okay, L, you're gonna start the waterworks. You're gonna start the waterworks. L, I gotta tell you this. L. I gotta tell you this. I struggled for a long time. Because I was in my own way thinking nobody wanted to hear a church girl talk about business. Nobody wanted to hear a church girl talk about business. And I had to decide there are a lot of people who want to hear what I have to say, but they're gonna say, well, don't put scripture in it or don't talk about God. And I had to make a decision because I know my abilities, and I'm like, I can make millions real fast if I just leave that part out. But I couldn't do it, L. I couldn't do it. As I'm going with God all the way. I'm going with him all the way. And he blessed it. And God blessed it. And God blessed it. So thank you for saying that, L, because it's confirmation that I did the right thing. I did the right thing. I thank God. I thank God. I thank God. So her oil just kept reproducing. Her oil just kept reproducing. Her oil just kept reproducing. Her oil just kept reproducing miraculously, y'all. She only had a little bit, but she took the little she had and she got started. And it just kept producing. My point to you is this. I don't care where you are. I don't care how little you have. Just start. Take this journey. Let's do it together and let God just keep producing it. Amen. All right. L. Really? All right. So your legacy wealth. That's why you have to be a creator. If your income is paying for your life, your legacy wealth is your creator business is gonna pay for your legacy. All right. The third reason why you must be a creator, and I'm already 45 minutes in. It's only supposed to be 30 to 45 minutes. I'm gonna hurry up. I'm not gonna talk fast though, Dr. Lee, I promise. All right. Third reason is because you have a calling to change the world. Okay, so you have your trifecta. If it's not a trifecta, you have a purpose, a passion, or a profit opportunity for the reason why you are a creator business. Okay, that's number one. Then you have your legacy wealth. You have to build legacy wealth. Yes, legacy wealth. You have to build legacy wealth. That's number two. But what do you think you're going to do with that legacy wealth besides just living a beautiful life? You're going to change the world. So, in other words, when I am a billionaire, and it's so coming, I'm going to look for people that I can help because I know that the money that God gives me is not just for me. See, I don't need to drive a different car every day of the week when there are 6 people walking. For me, and this is just me, so I'm not telling people to do what to do with their money. This is just me. Why would I have 6 cars parked in my 6-car garage if I know that there is a woman who just left an abusive relationship and walking to work? That's just selfish in my opinion. So to me, I feel like all of this being a creator is not just for me to fulfill my purpose and fuel my passion. It's not just for me to have legacy wealth so that my children's children can have an inheritance. It's for me to change the world. So I'm going to park 1 car in my garage, and then I'm going to go find the 6 women who just lost their husband because he was no good and treated her horribly. And she had to walk to work to make a living for her children. And I'm going to give them the cars. Because to me, that's what money is for. It's to build the kingdom. It's to do it's to change the world. It's to make things right. It's to help others, right? If I'm riding down the street and I see this family in the yard crying and destitute because their house is burning down behind them, well, I don't need my gestures are on. I didn't even do a thumbs up on the person's house burning. So sorry, people whose house are burning. My point is this. If I see them inside of or outside of their home and the house is burning behind them, I didn't use my creator business and buy real estate just to have real estate. I have a couple of houses that are not occupied. So I can literally stop and say, God sent me. I know this is going to happen. I'm going to make it up because I'm a storyteller. I'm going to make this is going to happen one day. I'm going to be able to tell them, I usually don't take this route, but something told me to turn a right. And when I turned the right, that's how I ended up on your street. And because I ended up on your street, that's how I saw your house burning down. I own real estate and I have a 3-bedroom brand new house that I want you to live in until you get your life together. That's what money is for. That's why you need to be a creator. I mean, I'm not there yet. I don't own any real estate, but that day is coming. But it hurts me not to be able to hand the keys to somebody because I'm just that wealthy. I know that being a creator is where I need to be. All right. So, if I haven't convinced you yet, give me some more time. Meet me here every Tuesday at 9:00 because the Little Oil Podcast really is all about gathering together women of faith who understand that there's something more that they're missing. There's something more for their lives. And we're going to come together and figure it out together and grow our creative businesses together. But here is where we start. So remember I told you about the creator community that I have called the Cura Circle. Well, inside of the Cura Circle, I want to go to the Little Oil Lounge. So inside of the Cura Circle, I built this space called the Little Oil Lounge. And in this lounge, and you can get in it for free. You don't have to pay anything. You can get in it for free. But in this lounge, I talk about the Little Oil Party. So I am going to have a Little Oil Party the first and third Tuesday of every month. And in this Little Oil Party, we're going to do more of what we're doing in the podcast, but it's going to be more tactical. In other words, at the party, we're going to be actually making things, doing things, walking away with decisions, walking away with parts of the puzzle to start, build, and grow your online business. And so I am inviting you to the Little Oil Party. And the Little Oil Party is inside of my Cura Circle. So the link to the party is in the description. All you have to do is click on the link and you can sign up. Once you sign up, I'm going to send you to where to register. You can register for free and you'll join the party. The next party coming up is, let me just click on. So inside of the Cura Circle, you're going to go to the Little Oil Party space. I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger. Hold on, I want to make this bigger. Can I make it bigger? Hold on a second. I want to make this bigger. Better, Angela. Look at me being all great. All right, so you're going to go to the Little Oil space, and then let's see when the party is. You're going to click on Join the Little Oil Party, and we have one coming up December 3rd at 7 o'clock p.m. This is all inspired by Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee was like, Angela, Dr. Lee is in my Cura Circle community. I love having her as a member of the community because she fuels my life. She really does. But she was sharing with me an experience, and I was like, Dr. Lee, I struggle with visibility because I don't want to seem braggy or seem like I'm tooting my own horn or seem like I'm always just pushing myself. She said, girl, get out there. Stop playing. So this was inspired by Dr. Lee, and I know how it works. I know how lead magnets work and nurturing through email works. I know all the steps. I can teach others, but I don't usually do it for myself. And she reminded me, do it for yourself too, sis. Do it for yourself too. And so I'm going to have the parties to get people to understand and know and realize that all it takes is a little oil. And we start here in the podcast, and then we take this group, we take this gathering, we take this collection of women of faith, and we move over into the party. And inside the party, I'm going to talk about several different things, and you will walk away with two very important pieces of the puzzle. And so inside the party, I'm going to give you the tactical steps that you need to just get started. So you just got to start. You just got to start, and I'll take you the rest of the way if you decide to continue to move forward with us. The point I'm making is this. When you sign up for the Little Oil Party, I want you to complete an activity and bring the activity to the party. And I'll break it down inside of the circle when you register. So if I go back to Little Oil Party Lounge and I click on Little Oil Activity, the steps for the activity, they'll be in there soon. So you get in, you'll see what you have to do. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to bring a jar to the party. And then I am going to teach you what to put inside that jar so you can pour out your oil and get into the overflow. Am I talking right? Because we're getting ready to go to overflow. All right, so here are the steps. I want you to click the link in the description. I want you to join the Little Oil Party for free. And then once you register, you're going to get instructions on how to get your jar ready, because you're going to bring your jar to the party, and I'm going to teach you two things that you need to put in your jar. It's going to be so great. It's going to be so amazing and awesome. All right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more. I want to give you what's next. What's next for me and you as creators? Hey, Dr. Lee. That's my girl. Dr. Lee is my girl for real, for real. Hashtag overflow. You know what? Okay. You got you. Okay. Hashtag, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna go ahead and just type that in. Hashtag overflow. If you're with me on the live or you're with me in the replay, let's go ahead on and just type that in. Hashtag overflow. Oh my God. Hashtag overflow. Oh my God. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So bring your jar to the party. And I'm going to teach you what to put in that jar so that when we pour out, we're going to pour in to pour out. Okay, let's do this. Hashtag pour in to pour out. Oh my gosh. Okay, I cannot with y'all. I cannot with y'all. Pour in to pour out. That's what we're going to do at the party. That's what we're going to do at the party. Okay, here's my call to action for you. Join the little oil party so we, thank you, God, so we can, there it is. There it is. Join the little oil party so we can pour in to pour out. All right, so here is your overflow challenge. What's next for me and you as creators? We have to start wherever we are. We have to start wherever we are. For me, I'm going to continue and be consistent with my Tuesday podcasts. And I'm going to use that little oil podcast to speak into women of faith, giving them the inspiration and motivation to either start, build, or grow their online business. Then I'm going to host my little oil parties the first and third Tuesday of every month. That's my challenge. That's my overflow challenge. You have to start wherever you are. If you are just thinking about being a content creator and you really don't know what it's all about and you don't know where to start or how to start, your challenge is join the party. Click the link in the description and join the party. If you just launched and you're inside the Curious Circle, and we have set up your container. I call platforms container. Stay consistent. Your challenge is to stay consistent, teaching people what you know. You got to set yourself up as an authority in your space. And there are two ways that you can bring visibility to your brand. One is through ads. I don't teach ads. I'm not ever getting ready to tell anybody to throw money at Google and YouTube and say, find me somebody at the hope that somebody understands you, need what you have to offer, or connect with you on a deep enough level to take out their wallet. That's not my path. The other path is grow organically. In other words, just be found walking in your purpose, walking in your passion. Be found teaching others what you know. Be found connecting with your audience. There is somebody that's going to connect with you and grow that way. Start with the little. It's a little oil path, sis. It's the little oil path. So wherever you are in your journey, that is your overflow challenge. If you need me to help you define your challenge and where you need to start or grow from right now, ask me in the comments. I'll reply with, based on where you are, just tell me where you are and I'll tell you, okay, here is your overflow challenge. Because here's the thing, everybody is not going to be in the same place. And that's what aggravates me about a lot of content creators. They put information out there like everybody is in the same boat. Well, that's just not true. It's just not true. My goal is to meet you where you are and teach you how to get into the overflow from where you are, even if it's just a little. Okay, so here's the thing. I want to show you real big what it looks like. So we're inside the Curious Circle. And here is the little oil space I was telling you about. Here's the lounge. So basically you'll have welcome to the little oil space, who's invited, what's the purpose, where we will gather, when is the party happening, why join the party. And then we have information about the activity and then your big wins and takeaways. This is where you're going to add your big wins, your big takeaways, your encouragement. Here's where the synergy happens, because we're going to use this space to encourage and motivate and inspire each other. But this is what I want you to see. You're going to click on join the party. And this just information gives you about what the party is. But then once you're ready, you're going to click going to RSV for the party. All of that happens. All of that happens when you do the step one, the very first thing, and that is click on the link. All right, the link in the description is where you're going to join the Little Oil Party. Join me for the party. It's going to be so great. We're going to dive a whole lot deeper than we do inside of the podcast. You'll always walk away with something that you can use. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste your time telling you to give me money. I'm going to value you and provide you with tactical steps that you have a literal walk away, take away, tangible, something that you can use to grow farther. That's my promise to you. For being here, I love y'all so much. I want to thank Boss Lady L, Boss Lady Dr. Lee with the Good Doctor's Perspective on YouTube, and everybody else who's on the live, all of you who are on the replay. I am so super excited to have you here. All right, so for my Thursday broadcast on YouTube, my call out sign is until next time, always be creating. I'm still trying to figure out if that's what I want it to be for my podcast. I say that in my YouTube videos because we're always working on something that we need to do. And so I say, always be creating. Thank you, L. Thank you, L. Thank you, L. Thank you, L. Come back next Tuesday. Join the party. The link is in the description. So I think I've been rolling around some different ideas, and I think my call out sign or my call out message is going to be, let's pour in. Let's just pour in. I don't know. I'm still thinking it through. Y'all might want to give me some ideas. Either way, thank you so much for being here. Let's pour in. And until next time, this is Angela Tesano. I'll see you next Tuesday for the Little Oil Podcast. Little is much when God is in it. Bye for now. Oh, maybe it should be little is much when God is in it. I don't know. I'm going to think it through. Bye, y'all. Dr. Lee, text me. Bye.